And there's no really easy way to get it without putting in the work, putting in the hours, and doing things that you may not find comfortable. Now, this might seem a little paradoxical, but our project, Green Coins, seems to challenge that idea. That is exactly our slogan. Money does grow on trees. How does Green Coins work? Well, it's actually quite simple. It's basically a platform for businesses to strike a balance between making profits and being environmentally friendly. And the details of our project will be addressed by my friend Hong Ming.
All right. So first of all, that might sound a little bit unfeasible, unrealistic to you, because what we're getting at here is we're trying to change an entire economy. Now that might sound a bit too big for two students, but we would like to address this by stating that Green Coins, it will be a digital currency. For one, two, it will be a development roadmap for businesses wanting to pursue a sustainable path. And three, it will be a state-owned economic program. What this will mean is that this will be fully embraced by the state, which in this case is the Vietnamese government. Now, to further add on to our idea, Green Coins is a reward system that rewards green actions with green coins. And those green coins can be traded for tangible goods and services. Now, you might be thinking that green actions, that's a little bit too vague of a term. There's a very simple way of quantifying it. Every single action in this world costs money, every single thing. So for example, if you're thinking of recycling trash, you have to pay the labor cost to recycle that trash. You have to pay the maintenance fee for the factories that want to reuse, repurpose, and reuse those trash. That money could be instead going to the everyday consumer's pockets by rewarding them for green actions. What this will mean is that people will get an incentive to actually protect the environment, pursue sustainable actions, and change the way that people think fundamentally. I'm about to tell you statistics that is not very pretty. 81% of people in the entire world do not know of the concept of recycling. That may be a bit shocking, but that is one part of our culture. We tend to favor things that benefit us directly and instantaneously, instead of things that benefit the future. What Green Coins does is that it challenges this idea by giving an incentive to pursue green actions. Furthermore, one more issue in this world is that green products aren't properly produced nor properly advertised. Think to yourself, when was the last time you actively wanted to buy a green product? Not very few examples come up, right? That is because green products are likely more expensive because they embody a more sustainable production process or waste management process that might increase the cost. What Green Coins can do is that it can reward consumers for buying green products. That's not all. It can also function as an extension to common credit. You might have heard of this term before. It is a system where governments reward businesses for green practices and for sustainable practices. How? By reducing tariffs, import tax, and giving them tax benefits. These tax benefits can be coagulated directly into a quantifiable value for green coins that can be then given to consumers. So for example, one green coin could be worth 10,000 VND if the value allows for it. This will also mean that green coins the value will change, will adapt to the economic state of every single country. This can make green coins global and cooperative with every business model. So in conclusion, our project indeed want to challenge the economic system of the world itself. This might be a bit too aspiring for two students, but that is still our vision. We thank you for listening to our talk.
For me, I have two questions for you guys. So first, this will be a platform. So it's going to be a website or an app, a mobile app. What do you plan to do? And my second question is, because you will reward the coins for people buying green products. So how will you track them?
Those are very lovely questions.
I'll take we'll take turns when next.
Okay, so the next question is to define your product as a digital currency. So do you plan to replace VND money, and how would you do it to make it realistic? And my next question is going to be how people can get their green coins, and by doing what? And what are the tangible products that you've mentioned?
You mentioned how green coins will be hosted on a website or on an app. That is a very nice question. Our proposal is to host it on an app, similar to the banking system that is currently in place. You might have noticed recently, banking systems have moved to an application-based process that you can use the app to pay for things. So our model will adopt that. Additionally, our model will be an extension of carbon credit, as told before. This will not replace the VND or any other currency. This will be just an add-on incentive for people to pursue sustainable actions.
Furthermore, when we mentioned that it was a platform, it was more of a metaphorical kind of way of saying that it would be an opportunity for businesses to use green coins to further their environmentally friendly practices. Of course, you did mention the possibility of green coins replacing VND, but what we think beyond just VND. We're not replacing anything, of course. We're simply adding on and creating an alternative for businesses to trade and sell their products. Green coins will be complementary to current currencies, and this is because it is so adaptive and it can adapt to any sort of currency. Of course, you also mentioned the question of how green coins are obtained, and that my partner will answer.
So how green coins are obtained? As said before, green coins will be quantified by something called carbon credit. It will be an extension of that. Because of that, carbon credit has already gained a value by decreasing tax or rewarding tax benefits for businesses. Via this, green coins can gain a value because of via the tax that gets reduced, either from that or from the actions that takes place. For example, a household could serve this amount of energy. That amount of energy has a cost, right? So that cost can be converted to green coins. There are many ways, but I like your question in the fact that it challenges the vision of green coins. We will address this by green coins will be operated in phases. For example, phase one will be partnering with businesses and large retailers in order to trade in goods for green coins. So this leads to your next question. What tangible goods am I talking about? Of course, everyday goods. For example, your average water bottle can be purchased by a certain amount of green coins, and that can be an alternative to spending VND. So this creates an actual realized and a realistic value for green coins that can be used in everyday life. Of course, our target here is the subset of people in the world, like I mentioned, that are not aware of recycling. We're targeting those types of people and those types of bad apples in the world in order to promote green coins and by extension, promote green behavior in the world.
Do you have any more questions?
Right.